The Gaels were in awe of the power, speed and bravery of wolfhounds when chasing their prey. They relied on their wolf dogs to guard settlements against intruders, whether human or beast. The Irish recognized dogs by their size and function in society rather than by their breed. The skulls of 11 wolf dogs were discovered at a medieval crannog in Dunshaughlin in County Meath. Their average shoulder height was 40 inches, or just over a metre tall, compared to the 32 inches, or 82 centimeters, of modern wolfhounds. The Airshú were huge ferocious hounds who were trained to attack and kill enemies. The wolfhounds protected the homes and farms of royal families and aristocrats. Some fought alongside their masters on the battlefield. The Brehon laws punished those who killed a slaughter hound. Wrongdoers were required to compensate the owner with 10 cows and another dog of the same breed. The skeleton of a slaughtered dog dating to the 9th century was found at a ring fort at Sallins in County Kildare. The burial of the dog in a kiln revealed the privileged status of wolfhounds in the settlements of Ireland. The Gaels built raths between 1000 BC and 800 AD. The raths protected their cattle and livestock from attacks by wolves. The Táin Bua Cailnge, or cattle raid of Cooley, told of the illustrious position of slaughtered dogs in Gaelic society. Cú Chulainn was known as Setanta when he was a young boy. Setanta killed the guard dog of Culann the smith while staying with his uncle, Concabar mac Nessa, at Emain Macha, or Navan Fort in Ulster. The Airshú of Culann was wild, untamable, savage, ferocious and ready for a fight. Culann placed 3 chains upon him, and 3 men at each chain to control the wolfhound. Culann said, "When his dog chain is loosed from him, no one dares approach. He knows no one but myself. The power of hundreds is in him for strength." Setanta performed the role of an Airshú by offering to protect Culann's flocks, cattle and land. Setanta was known as Cú Chulainn, or Culann's hound from that time on. The laws of the Crith Gablach permitted the Air Ecta, meaning Lord of Blood Vengeance, to own at least 1 Airshú dog in the 8th century. Families in a tuath, or kingdom, could hire an Air Ecta to exact vengeance against those who killed their relatives. The Air Ecta and his Airshú dogs traveled to the territories of wrongdoers and executed them. He could take 5 of the victims' relatives to accomplish this task. The Fenian Cycle declared the Fianna prized and loved their wolf dogs above all things. Irish wolfhounds were famed throughout Europe for their courage, strength and beauty. Kings, nobles and churchmen across Britain and Europe fueled the thriving trade in Irish wolfhounds. They valued the magnificent hunting dogs as expensive gifts. The arrival of St. Patrick did little to diminish the admiration and affection for wolfhounds in Gaelic society. The Lebor na Cert, or Book of Rights and Customs, recounted wolfhounds were part of royal life in Ireland during the medieval ages. The kings of Ireland followed the custom of sending each other gifts of 7 keen-sighted mílchú, or hunting hounds, for the chase. Their coat of arms celebrated wolfhounds with the words, "gentle when stroked, fierce when provoked." Gaelic kings and chieftains presented wolfhounds as diplomatic gifts to foreign heads of state. Irish wolfhounds were famed for their ferocity and extraordinary hunting skills. The poet Oliver Goldsmith described Irish wolfhounds as extremely beautiful and majestic in appearance. He declared wolfhounds were the greatest dogs in the world. Roderick O'Connor, the last High King of Ireland, sent 2 wolfhounds to Henry II, King of England, in the late 12th century. Shane O'Neill, the chieftain of Ulster, presented 2 Irish wolfhounds to Queen Elizabeth I in 1562. The rebel chieftain, Brian O'Rourke, Lord of West Braefn, gave 6 hobbies and 4 Irish wolfhounds to King James VI of Scotland in 1591. He fled to Scotland in the hope that King James would help him reclaim his lands in Leitrim. In 1623, Henry Carey, the Lord Deputy of Ireland, sent a letter to Richard Boyle, Earl of Cork, asking him to send his largest greyhounds to England. Carey explained that his noble friends gave them as gifts to the elite both in Britain and abroad. Emperor Jahangir, the great Mughal of India, asked the English diplomat, Thomas Roe, to send him a brace of Irish wolfhounds in 1615. He intended to use the wolfhounds for the imperial hunt. In 1604, Arthur Chichester, Lord Deputy of Ireland, raised concerns that the export of wolfhounds hampered efforts to control the wolf population. Gaelic kings and nobles viewed hunting as an exhilarating sport. However, the Brehon laws required the elite to hunt wolves at least once a week as part of their public duties. The English Jesuit priest, Edmund Campion, wrote in 1571, that the Irish are not without wolves and greyhounds to hunt them. He described the wolf dogs as bigger of bone and limb than a colt. The Gaels hunted wolves because they preyed on livestock. Calves and lambs were particularly vulnerable to attacks by packs of wolves. Irish monastic chroniclers reported wolves occasionally killed people. Conlad, the Bishop of Kildare, was devoured by wolves while travelling through the forests of Leinster in 519. The Annals of Connaught stated in 1420, wolves killed many people this year. The Irish esteemed wolfhounds because they were the only dogs who could catch and kill wolves. They used wolfhounds to control wolves rather than eradicate them from the landscape. Attitudes towards wolves changed in Ireland following the arrival of the English and Scottish settlers in the 17th century. The settlers believed the only way to safeguard their livestock was to eradicate wolves. Wolves left their haunts in woodlands following centuries of deforestation and new agricultural practices introduced by the English. Packs of wolves thrived in the barren mountains and wastelands of Ireland. Experts agree the wolf population reached a peak of 1,000 animals by the 1600s. The wolf problem led to a high demand for wolfhounds in Ireland between the 16th and 17th centuries. The English politician, Fiennes Morrison, noted in 1601, that wolves were losing their fear of humans. He wrote, "Wolves were so much grown in number, that they preyed on villages and the suburbs of cities during the winter." A hungry wolf pack attacked the residents of Coleraine in County Derry during the winter of 1650. An alderman at Cork raised further concerns about wolves living near the city in 1698. Official documents show there were 87 reports of wolf attacks in Ireland between 1560 and 1789. Oliver Cromwell was so concerned about wolves that he banned the export of wolfhounds from Ireland in the Edict of Kilkenny in 1652. In 1653 he ordered the Irish government to offer bounties for wolves. Local officials paid professional hunters £6 for a female, £5 for a male, £2 for a juvenile and 10 shillings for a cub. Wolves became extinct in Ireland in 1786 when a farmer killed the last wolf at Mount Leinster in County Carlow. The demise of wolves also caused a rapid decline in the number of wolfhounds in Ireland during the late 18th century. Oliver Goldsmith was among the writers who remarked on the scarcity of wolfhounds in Ireland by the late 18th century. Charles Smith wrote in the History of Waterford in 1774, that Irish wolfhounds were nearly extinct. The animal welfare writer, William Ewart, stated a handful of nostalgic Irish aristocrats kept wolfhounds as pets between the 18th and 19th centuries. The Irish peer and politician, Lord Altamont, owned 8 wolfhounds in 1794. He was one of the few owners who bred wolfhounds in Ireland. Commentators believed the wolfhounds in Ireland were not the purebred ancient wolf dogs of the Gaelic chieftains and warrior nobles. Captain George Augustus Graham devoted his life to saving Irish wolfhounds from extinction. He bred the remaining wolfhounds in Ireland with Scottish deerhounds in the late 19th century. Their appearance resembled the Gaelic wolf dogs described in the ancient texts. Scottish deerhounds and Irish wolfhounds share a common ancestry. Irish wolfhounds accompanied the chieftains of Erin and their people during the invasion of Scotland between the 4th and 5th centuries AD. Scottish deerhounds were the direct descendants of these ancient Irish wolf dogs. Captain Graham established the Irish Wolfhound Club in 1885. Members are encouraged to provide their dogs with registration certificates from the club to maintain wolfhounds as a breed. The Irish Kennel Club recognized the wolfhounds of Captain Graham as a breed in 1925. The resurgence of Irish nationalism helped maintain the popularity of wolfhounds as icons of Gaelic culture and identity. The Irish politician and patriot, Pierce Charles de Lacy O'Mahony, was a well-known admirer of Irish wolfhounds. He bred wolfhounds at his home in Culballintagar in County Wicklow during the 1920s. The history of Irish wolfhounds is a fascinating story of the enduring Gaelic culture and traditions of Erin. Irish wolfhounds represent the noble spirit of Ireland and a majestic symbol of the island's Celtic heritage. The fascinating history of Irish wolfhounds is discussed in Part 1 of this series. The Celtic gods and goddesses of Britain, Ireland and Europe are explored in our blog, Legends of Love in Celtic Mythology, on WordPress. The woodland deities of Britain, Ireland and Europe are narrated in Green Man, the gods of sacred trees and forests on Amazon.